Hi guys, it's Jordan from Norwich Camping and Leisure here, and I'm just going to do a quick video on how to measure your caravan, fit an awning. So there's different types of awnings available, which is like the porch awnings, and then you've got the full awnings, and then obviously they do them in air and poled versions as well. So we'll start off with the porch awnings. So porch awnings are obviously, as I say, just a little porch, but they can be quite big as well, and they can even go past your caravan now. So with a porch awning, it is the straight rail measurement that you would need. So just before it starts to curve down, so roughly about there, all the way to obviously on this side before it starts to curve down as well. So that is the biggest porch awning you could have on there. Most porch awnings come in the sort of 200, 260, 330, 390, 500 sort of sizes. So that is the width of the awning. We've got a 5 metre tape measure here, so it should be long enough. You want to put say a 390, which is a popular size. So sometimes it's easy doing it as two of you, but I'm going to lay down the tape measure here on 3 metres 90. 390, so to about there. So you can fit a 390 on this caravan, no problem whatsoever. And you've still got space either side. So you could go a little bit bigger if you wanted to. Things you need to take into account is obviously the height. So most caravans are measured between 235 and 250. That's from the ground to the rail height. But it's worth checking before you purchase your awning. But most caravans have got that measurement, and that's where the awnings do fit on. So that should be okay, but worth checking. So the other thing is this 390. It's going to block this window halfway, and it's going to block that back window halfway. But in theory you could move it back a little bit because there's a little bit of room either side. So you can then move this tape measure, say your 390 back to here. So your 390 awning is going to start here. It's going to go over your door, over this window, and finish about here. So it might just come over this window here, which isn't a problem with a porch awning because you can get different things to go over there, like your limpets from the camper ones and the draft seal system from Vango. So that's okay. But say you wanted a smaller awning and you just wanted to go over the doorway, say something like what we got. So if we put that here, what we got? A 260, that's quite a nice little size awning. So you can go from about here, and that will go down in between these windows. So it doesn't block any of your windows, but that is a 260 size. So worth taking into account whereabouts your windows are, where your door is, when you're measuring for a porch awning. And like I said, it's that straight rail length. So if you want a 260 awning, you need 2 metres 60 straight rail. A lot of awnings come with like wings on the end of it. It doesn't matter if those wings go around the corners of the van. So that's absolutely fine. But as long as your caravan rail height is between 235 and 250, that should be absolutely fine to fit your awning on that height. A lot of porch awnings now, especially a lot of the inflatable ones, have extendable extensions on the side, which can zip onto the awning. So Camper do a range, Vango do a range, and lots of other companies, I think Dorema and so on. That means you can have your sort of 390 awning, and then you can extend it with another pod on the side. That pod doesn't usually go in the caravan rail, that just stands alone. So you can then extend your awning past your caravan either side if you wanted to, and it doesn't have to, be in the caravan rail. So it is only that straight rail measurement you need. So like the Camper Frontier, for instance, which is a 300, so that is a 3 metre straight rail, and then the two bits on the side of it, they stand alone. So they will cover this bit of your window, although there's a windows built into the awning, but it doesn't go in your caravan rail. So you can still have a bigger awning, almost bigger than your caravan and bigger than a full awning, with the extensions on some of the porch awnings. Right, we'll now go on to the full awnings. So full awnings measurement is what we call an A measurement. So this measurement is from the ground all the way up through the rail, all the way around the corners, all the way back down to the ground again. Some people will find this measurement in their handbook with their caravans. You'll also might be able to run a piece of string all the way around your rail to the floor, and then obviously take it out and then measure your piece of string, and that gives you your A measurement. So the reason why that goes to the floor is so it takes into account the height of the caravan and it also takes into the whole length of it. So some A measurements are usually around sort of 825 or 1022 and so on. So that goes from the floor all the way around the caravan rail to the floor. Okay, and then you'll find with Dorema and Isabella and all the full awning manufacturers that they'll do awnings by sizes. So you might buy a size 15, which that will be the equivalent to a 1025 or something like that. But I can put a list of the details of what sizes of what measurements for the full awnings below. If you come to us in store for your A measurement, we have a lot of books that we have from years and years back that tell us obviously all the different measurements of your A measurement of your caravan, going back to like 1970 and so on. Or we do recommend using the Isabella website, which will then state on which brand caravan you have, which year, and then you'll be able to find your model, and that might have your A measurement on there. But if not, look in your handbook or do the old-fashioned sort of measuring it yourself. But it's worth getting it right, because sometimes it can be slightly expensive if you do get the wrong measurement. But yeah, if you've got any more questions or want to know if an awning will fit your vehicle, or just inquire about price and availability of awnings, please feel free to give us a call. Thanks for watching this video.